Welcome to the Totally Honest Cooking Show. I'm Mark. Today we're making apple cider pork chops. I got a lot going on here. There's a couple episodes being filmed at once. But today we're making apple cider pork chops. We're going to start with 2 cups of apple cider. Now I found that this cider is kind of weak. So because it's kind of weak, I'm going to pump it up a little bit. I'm going to add in 2 cinnamon sticks. Then I'm going to add in like 4 cloves. And then I'm going to take my pork chops and stick them in this plastic container. Normally, I would stick these in a plastic bag overnight or a bowl. But like I said, I got a lot going on right now and I'm out of bags. So that's where we are. I'm going to give everybody a big pinch of salt. Then I'm going to pour my doctored cider all over everybody. Then we're going to adjust. See if we can get everybody submerged. Just a little bit more. There we go. Everybody's submerged. Everybody's happy. There, everybody's submerged. Everybody's happy. I'm going to soak this overnight. And then tomorrow we're going to make the chops. It's been about 24 hours and we're going to go ahead and cook them up. We're doing things a little differently today. I'm going to cook these up. I'm going to try one to see if we get the apple flavor. And then tomorrow I'm going to make the sides and put together a real meal with everything. I'm running short on time today. And I'm actually editing last week's episode while I do this. So anyway, I got my cast iron going. Taking my pork. Putting it down. Once you have soaked these, you are kind of committed. After 24 hours, they will start to get mushy and or rot. So you really want to cook these once you've committed. We've shaken them off just a little bit, and we threw them in a hot cast iron skillet. I am going to hit them with some freshly ground black pepper. Jerkins cut that, and a little bit of salt. There was a little salt in the brine, but not very much. And we're just going to let these go for a little while. Okay, these scissors need sharpened badly. What I recommend doing is cutting the fat right here. But these aren't quite doing the job. So, I'm not going to do it. You want to cut that fat cap though, because it'll prevent it from bulging up. You see how this one's starting to bulge a little bit? Ooh. If you cut that fat cap, you won't get this bulging. Don't forget to season the other side. Yeah, the reason you want to cut this fat cap is because when it bulges like this, look at this side. You got that nice color. On this side, you barely get any of it because it was barely in contact. Well, you get some, but only because I push it down at the end. Semantics, y'all. Semantics. Now, first and foremost, my question is, did I get any of the apple taste into this pork? Because if I didn't, then it's not worth doing the apple part. It's a little mild, but I can definitely taste it. It's very clear as day that it's apple pork. You do get a little bit of cinnamon on back end. So this definitely works. You know, sometimes I do part of an episode and then I cut it and we don't have an episode. Yeah, okay. We're going to go ahead and make sides for this. Like I said, I'm not shooting this video all at once just because everything's on fire right now. But, yeah. Jerkins, cut to the side video. Next, I've preheated the oven, and we're going to go ahead and get our spaghetti squash ready to roast. It's a good side. So we're going to start by cutting both ends of this off. Just take your knife and wobble it back and forth. Then you can just go like this. And you're done. If you wanted to leave the whole thing intact, you could, but once you've made the cut here, the center flesh is a lot more easy to get through with the knife than the outer flesh, and so it's just faster this way. You then scoop it out like you would like a pumpkin when you were a little kid. And then we're ready to start prepping her. I'm gonna go finish scooping someplace where I have a receptacle, and then I'll be back. Once that's out of the way, little sprinkling of olive oil. Rub it in. Rub it in. Rinse hands. Light salt. You don't want to go too heavy on the salt. You don't want to go too heavy on the salt because at this stage, you don't want to go too heavy on the salt because at this stage, that might cause it to release too much water, and you don't want that. A little bit of Italian seasoning. I don't know how they get all the Italians into this bottle, but they manage it. Okay. Now we're gonna take this and put this on our roasting sheet. Baking sheet, I guess. Baking sheet, yeah. Jerkins is right, I do lose object permanence when I do this show. Obviously, I didn't say that I use freshly ground black pepper when I did it, but you saw me do it. Freshly ground black pepper, salt, and a little bit of Italian seasoning. Now we're poking some holes in the skin. You probably don't need that many. But I'm doing it anyway. Now you're going to stick this in the oven for 30 to 40 minutes. This is a little one, so I'm going to stick it in for 30. Once the time is up, you're just going to take it out. Let it cool for a couple minutes before you start dealing with it. Having given it a little time, we're ready to scoop and serve. Just gonna drop some butter in there. I find that gripping it helps. And then you're just gonna take a metal spoon and scoop out the innards. See how it's fluffing right into spaghetti right away? That'll be great. You're gonna season this with salt and pepper and some more of that Italian seasoning to taste. So taste it. And in no time at all, we have a delicious fall meal. I've garnished with some apples because it's the season. Don't forget to turn the oven off. That could be a whoopsie doodle. Okay, it's that time again. I'm hungry. Leave a comment down below and let me know what you want to see next. I'll see you next Wednesday. Bye.